Hello, my friend, and welcome to Pro Wrestling Daily. My name is Aaron Machbitz. Best SmackDown of the year by far. The February 28th edition and the go-home episode of SmackDown before Elimination Chamber was the best SmackDown of the year. Had some great matches, some great segments, some great promos, and good build-up heading into Elimination Chamber, and also, at the same time, a development of some storylines that won't be presented at Elimination Chamber, which I think is really big for SmackDown moving forward. Now, the question is, obviously, can they keep this momentum rolling week after week after week after week, especially with this 3-hour format continuing until June. And so obviously Triple H and company saw my video on Pro Wrestling Daily and they're like, damn, we got to do something about this. Boom. Then they have an absolutely fantastic episode of Friday Night SmackDown, which was awesome. I mean, match of the night was Andrade versus Fatu. A great match, a lot of action, a lot of high-risk maneuvers, good chemistry between the two. Obviously, Andrade is one of the best performers on the planet. We knew that when he was in WWE previously, when he moved to AEW, and now back in WWE. He needs more TV time. He needs a big feud to sink his teeth into. I mean, he had some fantastic feuds in NXT, one being with Aleister Black, so maybe when Aleister Black makes his return, which is supposed to be imminent, they can start a feud, or maybe Aleister Black joins Judgment Day. There's some options there for that, but I think Andrade definitely needs that big-time feud on Friday Night SmackDown for him to really sink his teeth into, and for the fans to have something to invest in. Yes, they're going to chant, "This is awesome," during his matches, because he's awesome. Every move he does is precise and accurate and very cool, but they need to invest beyond that. And so I think a rivalry or a storyline like that will be really powerful for Andrade. Also, another highlight from Friday Night SmackDown was Chelsea Green. She is an absolute superstar. Absolute superstar. Like the Tiffy Trish promo at the end got a little weird, got a little stale, kind of got a little boring, and then Chelsea Green comes out and saves the day. Saves the day with her charisma, with her heat, with the way she talks, the way she moves, everything about her. The match ended in a no contest, which is fine, but you got to keep building up Chelsea Green and that mid-card title, because I really think she can make that U.S. title something really, really special. Just the way she presents herself, her aura, her promos, like her matches, everything about her says superstar. And I think that United States title could be elevated higher, even maybe past the other mid-card title, which is the Intercontinental Championship, if you continue booking Chelsea Green in a way that makes her, or keeps allowing her talent to shine as a superstar. So absolutely just blown away by how good Chelsea Green is in all of those areas. And then you have this segment, this Elimination Chamber segment with, Drew McIntyre coming out and roasting John Cena, which was awesome, and Damian Priest coming out, and Seth Rollins, and CM Punk coming out, and then Logan Paul, trolling us with John Cena's music. That was a really good go-home segment. And, there's all this energy. There's all this energy around The Rock and Cody Rhodes and who's going to sell his soul and if he's going to sell his soul, and some of the guys on the roster think he should or shouldn't, or what he should do, and how it's going to change the trajectory of everything moving forward. And there's so much heading into this show that it's going to be awesome. But there's one thing that I'm a little bit disappointed by, and that's the fact that John Cena actually didn't show up on Friday Night SmackDown, right? Again, we saw Logan Paul troll us. We hear the music. Everyone else in the Elimination Chamber is already out there except for Logan Paul and John Cena. We hear the "You Can't See Me," ba-ba-da-ba, right? Okay, here's John, baby. Let's go! Let's go! John Cena farewell tour. He's there. He's in Toronto. He's going to show up on SmackDown the night before Elimination Chamber. And then no. It's just Logan Paul. And kudos to Logan Paul. Really good job at trolling the WWE fans. He does a really good job at being a WWE heel, simply for the fact that he doesn't need the money. He doesn't need the fame. He just wants to be there and is enjoying this idea that everyone hates him. Now, there's a couple things Logan Paul absolutely needs to work on in terms of being an actual main eventer and top dog in the WWE, like being able to have a match improv on the fly without having to plan it A to Z, everything dialed in and everything planned out, because that's just not how professional wrestling works. Because It's too robotic. It's too mechanical. It needs to flow. It needs to be loose. There needs to be some improvisation. You need to change this. You need to do this on the fly. And so he needs to have more matches and more skill and more competency in that area. But he's got some of the other stuff down, like doing his heel work. His mic work is pretty good. He knows how to troll the fans. He's got good charisma when it comes to that stuff. Obviously, he's very athletic, but he's not there yet. And we can't tout him as the next guy or whatever the case may be because he's not there yet. And there are other guys who are better than him. But I know he brings a lot of aura, he brings a lot of fans, he brings a lot of buzz to anything that he's involved in because he's so social media famous. So I understand the idea. But he comes out and trolls us with John Cena, which was very sad. Because I did think actually John Cena was going to be there. I didn't think I was going to see him, but I think he was going to, be there. And it's unfortunate because we've only seen John Cena twice in the whole farewell tour so far in 2025, and it's already March. It's already March 1st. It's the day of the Elimination Chamber, and we've only seen John Cena twice. We've seen him at Raw, Netflix debut. We saw him at the Royal Rumble where he said what's best for business in that press conference, which was awesome, but we haven't seen him anywhere else. And so it seems like it's actually his part-time retirement tour. And I love John Cena. He's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. I think he's the greatest wrestler of all time. He's on my Mount Rushmore with Shawn Michaels and Randy Orton and Randy Savage, but not being there often hurts this idea that he should win the Elimination Chamber and hurts this idea that he should main event at WrestleMania with Cody Rhodes. I still think he's going to win the Elimination Chamber, and then once he does, he's going to be there on a consistent basis all the way till WrestleMania and beyond, and so we're going to get a full-time John Cena. It was just these first 3 months, we haven't seen him because the movie's filming, but it just seems like he's not really there. And so You Can't See Me is actually something that is bothering a lot of the fans, I think, because we want to fully invest in this farewell retirement tour of John Cena, but it just hasn't happened. So it's right for Drew McIntyre and CM Punk to pick that out, to say that, to blast John Cena on those things, because it is true. And if John Cena, and if the roles were reversed and it was CM Punk or Drew McIntyre doing the thing, John Cena would get on the mic and he would roast them all night long. And so I'm glad Drew McIntyre did that. His self-filmed promo that he did on Twitter or X or wherever he did it, and then the one he did on Friday Night SmackDown was awesome. It builds it up. So now when John Cena and Drew McIntyre lock horns in that Elimination Chamber, there's already pre-built tension. There's tension between John Cena and CM Punk. They have a storied history. Some of the best matches of all time are between John Cena and CM Punk. And so I really am looking forward to seeing and hearing the actual John Cena entrance and the actual John Cena at Elimination Chamber in Toronto, because all of that is leading to what Triple H has said is going to be an industry-changing weekend. Now, the weekend has already started with Friday Night SmackDown, and we saw everything that happened on Friday Night SmackDown with The Rock and Cody Rhodes and selling his soul and getting that weight belt with Dusty on it and just like really digging deep into Cody Rhodes' his soul, to basically own that soul, to give him everything that he thinks that he wants without the effort, the work. But Cody Rhodes is about the effort and the work. But there is a huge thing that he's thinking about, I could give my family everything they've ever wanted by simply just selling my soul to The Rock. But you can't ever go back from that. You can't ever go back from selling your soul. But you can continue to move forward, strive forward, and be the best version of yourself, even though it's going to take a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. But it's always going to be better for your heart and your soul. And in the end, you're going to feel good about it. And I think that's the direction Cody Rhodes is going to go. But someone like potentially The Miz, someone like Drew McIntyre, someone like CM Punk will definitely sell their soul because their vision and their sights are so crystal clear on what they want. CM Punk has to main event WrestleMania. That's the only thing he wants in this life, is to main event WrestleMania. And he will do whatever it takes, especially if he loses the Elimination Chamber, because he lost the Royal Rumble, he lost the Elimination Chamber, and now he's out of options. The only option he has is to sell his soul to The Rock, a man that he actually hates. And so there's so much happening, and so Triple H potentially is right with saying the industry-changing weekend. What is going to transpire that is going to change everything inside of WWE? I hope that Roman Reigns is going to return at the Elimination Chamber and do something with Seth Rollins to take him out of the picture, to plan for that big match at WrestleMania. What's going to happen with John and CM Punk and Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest? We saw Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn continue their just absolute personal blood feud that they got going on. Two of the best performers in the world getting as personal as you can get. Two guys who know each other more than anyone else in the world. That's going to be amazing. Will Randy Orton return and have some sort of play in that match? Will Randy Orton sell his soul to The Rock? All of these things are happening as we move into Elimination Chamber, which makes WrestleMania 41 just that much more interesting. And now I think fans are starting to buy into it when they were saying WrestleMania 41 is going to suck. It's the worst WrestleMania ever. No, it's going to be amazing. There's so many things that the pieces need to be put together, that need to materialize, that need to actualize as we head into WrestleMania. And then you think about all the mid-card titles, the multi-mans, the ladder matches, all of these sorts of things. The 2 nights are going to be incredible. And so it all starts at Elimination Chamber with some of these decisions that are going to make. And now I think what could be potentially industry-changing is Roxanne winning the Elimination Chamber, going on to face Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania 41, and becoming the youngest world champion in WWE history. That would actually be industry changing, and I think that is an actual possibility. Or you could potentially have Roxanne Perez win, then you have Io Sky beat Rhea Ripley on Monday Night Raw the next night, and then you have 2 of the best in-ring performers, Roxanne Perez, Io Sky, go to WrestleMania and just have an absolutely tear it up type of match. Roxanne Perez wins, and now she becomes the youngest world heavyweight champion of all time. Again, that's an industry-changing moment. I don't know if that's going to happen, but that's a prediction. I think I'm leaning towards Liv Morgan winning the Elimination Chamber and then going on to face Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania, and then Io Sky somehow being added because the match they're going to have on Monday Night Raw is going to end in some sort of kerfuffle, and then it's going to be a triple threat of Liv Morgan, Io Sky, and Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania 41, while on the other side you have Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. So if you want to do industry changing, Roxanne Perez is right there and one of the best performers and youngest performers in the world, and that's something to look at if you want to shake up the WWE women's division. And so there's so many things to look forward to. I can't wait to watch Elimination Chamber tonight. But let me know what you think, what you're looking forward to. Comment below. Let's build this channel together. Let's talk about and love wrestling together. Make sure you hit that like button and hit that subscribe button and share this channel with every single wrestling fan you know on the planet as we build this community together. Much love, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.